Welcome back everybody. Jason asked me if I could tell my story about thumb rings with my thumb release history and how I started and what I used and what I use and what have you. So I thought I'd make a quick overview of the things I have and I used, and as most of you know, I started thumb release long ago. I saw the video of Stephen Selby and he had a bow and he shot with his bare thumb. And then he said, yeah, some use a thumb ring, but I shoot like this. So you build up your callus. This is what I did. The beginning, of course, I don't shoot 80, 100, 120 pound bows. I started using only my thumb and I built up a nice, it's still here. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a nice callus, so I'm still able to shoot a 50 pound or something without any problem, but I started slow and built it up slowly, so my nerves are completely fine in my thumb. Then of course, you shoot more and then you need some protection. Then I used often, because it was quite simple and easy. This is, oops, one thing, see, didn't use it for a while. This is the Korean glove. I got it from Freddy Archery. They are just nice. You see, you have here the protection for whatever we do string twist. The thumb is nice covered, but of course you have this leather flap here. And if you want to load fast, then you always get stuck with this leather flap. So it's nice to shoot. I used it a lot. So Freddy Archery, I got these ones from. Then of course it started, or on the other side, you could of course, as long as you speak about leather, you could get now one of these 3-finger gloves, you know, for the Mediterranean shooters. And then you just take one which is big enough where you can fit your thumb in. Okay, it doesn't fit properly, but you know what I mean. You cut this and you tie a strap here. Then you have a nice thumb protector too. So that would work if you don't have or find one. Then of course my friend Tom started making thumb protectors with all these nice strap-ons here. Wait a second. Like this, I guess. Like this, see, and then you have one here. So, and you have one here for your index finger if you want to. And you have the thumb protector here. I should have opened it before. You have the thumb protector, you can strap everything up so you have a nice protection and you tie it down and what have you. So it fits always, no matter what your thumb size will be, because your thumb will shrink and will widen up and what have you. Then my friend Mark Roberts make these nice ones here in America. So you can have the same with an index finger protection and your thumb is nice in this hard leather. Works really nice. I use them a lot. Of course, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can have these cheap ones from whatever, Amazon, AliExpress, what have you. Or these ones, I don't know where I got these ones from. I think they are from Australia, from my friend, 2 apples. Oi, it's too small for me. This one a friend of mine made from Italy. Works fine too, see, it's just fine. So most people make it on their own, some more or less. This one I think is from Jason, but it's a left-hand thumb, and he made this one for that the string sits further back, and I forgot. Nice too, never made it into a serial production. Then from Hungary we get these nice leather thumb rings. Now it's already more like a thumb ring. You know, these were all just thumb protectors. And now this is already a shaped thumb ring, but still out of leather. It's from Laszlo Mudra in Hungary. They cost, I think, 20 euros or something. You can have them in different sizes, so they are just fine. Work nice for shallow hook and deep hook, but to this we get in a second. This one I got from Etsy. It's from a Chinese maker. It's hard leather and it's really nice, and you can use it for shallow hook too, but it was very expensive. And then of course it goes already into, I think this is a plastic one, into all these plastic thumb rings, and then you can have them in all kinds of variations, if like Fu-Hao, shallow hook, but this is not for speed shooting. This is another one you can use for shallow hook from AliBow. This one is from AliBow. I like this one. It's like a half cylindrical Manchurian ring, but not a complete Manchurian ring, so you don't have this part here. Nice too, so you have a lot of really, you know, custom thumbring archery, vermeil archery. You get this one with the spur on it, where you can lift the arrow a little away that the string doesn't bite. You have traditional Turkish ones in plastic, so it's no problem. Then you can have them now all in good wood too, as example this one here. I don't know where I have mine from, Central Thumb in Poland, this beautiful one. I usually miss a lot of them, so you can have them in wood, all different kinds of. And then it starts already with antler and what have you here, and bone, I guess. This is the chariot ring from Alibo, and then it goes into the metal direction. There you can have these nice ones. This one is made from Czartoryca Nomadic Arts Archery. This one too, and you get small ones, they're even for shallow hook, and you get bigger ones. This one I like, it's from Custom Thumbring. You can have this one, I think it's not available anymore. It's a King Rui ring. It's a really massive one with a massive spur on it. So metal, and then you get to the experimental ones, but soon an update to these ones with the strap, so they will always fit no matter what you do, and they're for shallow, deep and medium hook. So that was now a rough overview, a rough overview from leather protections over plastic leather rings to plastic rings to wood, or you know, there are different kind of materials. I don't even have the one from bamboo archery here. I still miss one bag of rings, but it's how it is. So then I started obviously with my Manchu rings, with my Manchu bows and with a Manchu ring, because I think it's mandatory when you shoot a Manchu bow, you should have a Manchu ring. And this is already a shallow hook ring. What does that mean? Shallow hook means you don't bend your thumb. You have this thumb like this. See that? The thumb is almost straight, and you can draw the bow. No problem. This is the shallow hook. Shallow hook. Then you get some rings. They are for this one. You need to see always. This one can work with shallow hook, but then you need to do a little string twist for the shallow hook. It works too. You can do a little medium deep hook. And deep hook would be then the complete, the other way around, that you really curl the thumb around. Some rings like these ones here mostly are deep hook rings. So when they have this groove back there to keep the string in place, you want to deep hook this ring. So this one, shallow hook, is not working. The angle here is not enough. So this one is a deep hook ring, means you curl your thumb around until the string really sits behind the ring, and then you can draw this bow nice and easy and safely. I started, as I said, I was never a big ring shooter for my Manchu bow. Then I started using the Manchu thumb ring. I have different ones in plastic and in horn and in antler and what have you. And even in wood, this one is nice too, from vermeil. And then I discovered this shallow hook. It was always a little weird to me. This is a shallow hook ring as example, but you really need to have the string in this groove. And then same like with a Manchu ring, almost a straight thumb. And you can pull this string, look, the thumb is just like this. It's not curled at all, and you can draw the bow. So this is a very nice shallow hook, but of course for me, my way of shooting, it's for faster shooting, this ring is not so good. So for this, even one of my favorite, the lantern. See my metal lantern, no, it's here. The lantern, when you do fast loading, and you can go around with the ring, zack, have it, and do still your shallow hook with this one, and can load a little faster. That's why I like these rings more. So I got from a little leather protection, which I use the most, and I still mostly use it because I only shoot 40-50 pound bows, nothing heavy, only toys, as my friends used to say. And for these, my thumb is okay, and when I shoot more, I use the leather protection. And sometimes I use a thumb ring. Sometimes I should use more thumb rings, I know that. These new ones are here. This is the lantern in, I think it's cow horn or something. It's really nice. I mean, this is just, and shallow hook works just perfect. Nice rings. So I started, I said, using the Manchu thumb ring. For the rest I use mostly leather. I got from deep hook, because when you shoot only with your thumb, of course you need to deep hook. So you need to make a lock here that the string doesn't cut, so you can't shoot shallow hook only with the thumb. It's not working, so you need a perfect ring for it. So you have this deep hook when you only shoot thumb without anything. Then it works. If you have one of these protectors, the soft ones here, they work only in deep hook too. When you use the one from Mark Roberts, he made it specially that you can even use them shallow hook. Takes a little that you get used to it, but this one works for shallow hook. So it's very, the one from Freddy Archery is of course deep hook. And then, but it's such a big topic, and this is how I got there. Now recently I started shooting thumb rings, and I use them all, the ones from Zak Durica sometimes. They're really nice. See, this is his version of the Gao Ying ring, because I like the aesthetic of this ring. It just looks nice in this polished, whatever material it is, this silver, I don't know. And it's shallow hook, so that works really nice. You have full control, no problem. So they are all nice, but this is, people always ask me which ring should I get in the beginning, and I say, listen, get a light poundage bow, get some leather protection, that you first learn to shoot with the thumb. And then see, I would say, if you shoot now only Ottoman bows, yeah, get an Ottoman ring with it, you know, then it works. If you only shoot Manchu bows, get a Manchu ring, you know, and then there's so many things in between, and the spur ring is interesting. So it's like, they're all interesting, you know, you should try different ones. This one is example from Ali bow. Usually when you have these rings, you know, you set them 90-degree angle, you put them on your thumb, you turn them around, and then this ring sits, and then you can shoot. This one, different. You go just, oops, this way, you just go straight through it, zack, and this ring sits too. And it's shallow hook. It's just awesome. Look how shallow I hook here. My thumb is nearly bent, and you can draw the bow easy and safely, no problem. So, but there are so many rings out, and you really need to see down the road. And it's always good to try them, of course, that you know the size. On the other side, you get now measuring devices, these templates from Wormill and from Custom Thumb Ring, that you know which size you need. Or you measure, probably I did a video too, so go with your calipers, measure here, but not too tight. And still, see, this ring fits me in certain weather conditions. Today, this ring is almost too big. See that? Comes off. So you might need always two sizes. This one, today, it's a really tight fit, but it still works, but it's just on the limit. So when my thumb has a size fitting for this one will not fit anymore. So you always need some different sizes. Look at this one. One of my friends made that. It's a very, look, this is almost no material on it. It's antler. Today it's a little too big, but this one is shallow hook too. Look at this. Shallow hook, no problem. With a bare minimum on material. So of course then there was a time for painless thumb rings, you know, that you have a lot of material around, so you don't feel any pressure here. And they are nice too, and they are still shallow hook here. This is no problem. So I am a shallow hook fanatic, means I only put my thumb sideways on the middle finger, and maybe I need to do a little string twist, so I keep the ring on the string. Then I can pull any bow I want. The deep hook, you really need to curl around and bring the thumb around here, that the string sits behind here, and then you have all the pressure going on the front part here. So, but it's really a matter of preference. So this is a whole variety, and this is how I got here. Mostly if I do when you see my videos or when I shoot at courses, I still use just my thumb, because in my courses I shoot 25-pound bows and I can shoot all day long with my thumb, and you see there is no problem. I have no injuries here, no whatever nerves pinched or stuff. I just started slowly and build up, and my thumb is so used to it I can shoot a 50-pound bow. I don't have one here now, but that one a quite heavy one. See, bare thumb. Oh, this is 50 pounds. I can't do this all day long, so I could not shoot 300 arrows now with a 50-pound bow, but I could shoot a few arrows with this one, so not a problem. And then you just find what works for you. I would say that in the beginning, because you don't shoot high poundage, get the plastic versions, but they are not so much cheaper than wood versions. Then maybe a horn or antler is a little more expensive, so before you go into the expensive part, get a few plastic ones, a few different ones, see which one works for you. Only because this one works for me doesn't mean it works for you. So maybe you like the spur ring more and you like to have this, that you can apply sideways a little pressure and put the arrow, the string off your thumb. I said, this one is from a Bavarian guy. Martin Gröber made once these rings too. And see, this is barely more material than this one. And they work just fine. Long story short, that was my story, mostly leather. And then depending on which bow I shoot, Manchus I always shoot with a thumb Manchu ring, mostly. King Rui I try, it's not for me. And a set of these ones from my friend Josh in America. Soon we get an updated version of these ones. You can have them in shallow hook, medium hook and deep hook. And then with a wide band or with a short band and what have you, you just tighten this here and then this ring will always fit. As said before, your thumb size will vary. You shoot often, then the thumb gets a little swollen, then maybe your ring gets a little too tight. This one you just adjust. I know for some people this is mimicry and useless. You just need one ring which fits for you, but each to its own. Stay tuned, soon you get the video of these ones. And then it's really just this one, as small as it is, a shallow hook. I like. So I'm now a shallow hooker, so to say, with all these ones. Then you need to know metal as example. When you go 3D parkour in winter time and you have a bare thumb and metal, it can get cold. So maybe you get then preferably the same, but in wood as example, then it doesn't get that cold. Too many options. Just start slowly, start simple. It can be overwhelming, and I mean this is now over the last whatever 20 years, and it's only I think a third of my collection. I have way more, but I don't know where. And I said even the bamboo archery in Malaysia, he makes an asymmetrical rings even better. So it's many options. Start slowly, but this is how I started, and I'm still not there yet. I'm still not a thumb ring guy, but I like all these rings and I can shoot with all these rings. It's not a problem. For me, it's an always, what do I shoot? If I want to do this Mamluk technique, then not every ring works the same way. Then you need certain wall sizes here or shapes of the side of the wall that you can go past the string nicer. When you do this Mamluk technique, you know that you can go past here, zack, zack. Where other rings might, this one, yeah, this one could get stuck. Yeah, it's fine. So it really depends what you shoot. If you want to experience this historical, I know they found this one, I think, in a grave or something or whatever, and it's really very. This design is very old, but they thought about this, and then it's always interesting to try these things. So for me, this is archaeology, experimental archaeology. You know, you really try what they did at the time and you figure maybe why or how, and it's really interesting. I mean, even the King Rui, such a massive ring, And then it's already the question, where should the string sit, here or was the string here? So you have the arrow and then you push the arrow a little to the side so the string is not biting on your skin. It's all interesting. And then you see that the Turkish ones, they had this little thing called gulag. It's a little leather protection because some had then a problem that when they shoot that the string bites back there in the skin. So they made this little leather flappy here. So the skin is nice and protected. Still a shallow hook ring, and I think for most of the time the Ottoman ring is the most versatile ring, because this one you can shoot deep hook, medium hook, shallow hook. It just works. It works for the fast loading techniques. This ring just works nicely, but it needs to fit. So always get your sizes right and then get some rings. But don't ask me which one is the best one and which one I use. I like them all. I use a lot the lantern, I told you already in another video, in metal, in wood and in. Where is it now? I put it now, now it's gone. Where's my cow horn? See, 3 times the same ring. Just different material. And I'm sure I somewhere have it in plastic too. See that? This is always the same ring, just 3 different materials. And then you need to see which ones is for you, which one not. Some can't have golden colors because for whatever reason. For this you have the silver colored ones, and you know, it's just like too many options. That's why start slow in the beginning with leather and then work your way up. Get 1 ring, maybe something like an Ottoman. If you think you need this and you only want to shoot deep hook, which I think you should not, get these ones. For the rest, this is not a problem. I never have any issues here with the string pinching here. You just need to do it right, and then the string doesn't pinch back there. It's only when you shoot these rings, deep hook. This is a shallow hook ring. And when you try now to deep hook this ring, then of course the string will come behind this part and will cut into yours. But because you deep hook it. If you shallow hook it, it's not a problem. When you deep hook it, the ring goes way too far over the string and then it cuts into your skin. So use the rings for the intended purpose and you will be fine. See that? It's not a lot of material. You can widen them a bit or reshape them a little. This one is, you can use this one for deep hook, easy. But then of course you feel the string again inside. Then the string is pinching. If I use this shallow hook, the string has barely contact with my skin. So you just need to know how to shoot your thumb ring, I would say. And with this, I leave you. So that was my story. My thumb ring, thumb protector story. There's not really a story behind. I mostly still use just whatever, a leather protection for my reviews. You see me mostly use this ones right now because this one is in my video bag. And sometimes I have a thumb ring in my bag and then there's a thumb ring. But it's just, you figure it out. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.